I remember it like it was yesterday. Silently walking through the front door of my parents' house, I was hoping that no one would notice me. I headed straight to their couch. It was a couch I had spent so much time on lately. But from the kitchen, my mom spotted me as I laid down and she immediately walked over. And without saying anything, she sat on the couch and held my hand. And I could see the worry in her eyes as she looked at me. Mom, am I doing the right thing? But she had no response. Instead, she just squeezed my hand tighter. It had been nearly a year since we separated, and on that day, I was returning home from the last mediation meeting with the divorce attorneys. It was all being finalized now. No more arguing about splitting assets, no more fighting about parenting schedules. Everything was settled and just needed a judge's signature, and we would be divorced. But somehow on that day, I felt more anxious and worried than I had been in a long time. Was this the right decision? How would the divorce affect my children? Are they going to be okay? Am I going to be okay? Will my life ever be normal again? These were all questions that I would replay in my head over and over again while laying on that couch feeling paralyzed and afraid. I remember thinking, this has got to be one of the worst days of my life. But what I didn't know at the time was that I was about to make two decisions that would change my life and my career forever. This is my story. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Antonio Borrello. Welcome to another video. This channel is all about helping you build great relationships so you can grow happy with the people you love. It's a channel where we talk about some very important life and relationship topics. But there are so many wonderful dating and relationship advice channels on YouTube. I know, I watch them too. And some I connect with much more than I do with others. And as I've learned, I connect best with YouTubers who share my values and beliefs. And that's why I'm sharing my story, so you can get a better understanding of who I am and what I believe. So without further ado, let's go back to right about here. I was a brand new psychologist and marriage therapist, and I had just been married in a fairy tale-like wedding in the Vatican. And that's Teresa. When we returned home from Italy, we bought our dream home together and decided we wanted to immediately start a family. And that's where the fairy tale ended and real life began. For several years, Teresa and I tried unsuccessfully to get pregnant. Month after month, disappointment after disappointment. Eventually, we decided to seek the assistance of fertility specialists, and we began a series of IVF procedures. And after 2 miscarriages and 10 IVF procedures, we were blessed with 2 beautiful children. But infertility treatment can be tough on a marriage. It takes something beautiful, conceiving a child, and turns it into a series of highly stressful clinical procedures that really take a toll on couples' intimacy and marriage. And it certainly took a toll on our marriage. And after years of conflict and fighting and therapy, it was clear that a divorce was inevitable. So fast forward to me laying on the couch. I was about to become a divorced marriage therapist. The irony of this situation struck me like lightning. The divorce went against everything I believed in. It went against everything that I counseled people about. And it made me question everything about my life. Was I the relationship expert I thought I was? Did I really know as much about interpersonal relationships as I led myself to believe? I questioned who I was. I questioned what I knew, and I especially questioned my ability as a therapist. For years, I had been sharing my belief that nothing was more important than our relationships with the people that we love. Yet, one of my most important relationships was fractured. No, it wasn't fractured. It was broken and in complete turmoil. Teresa and I were constantly fighting and arguing about property and parenting time and everything under the sun. I felt like a hypocrite with huge credibility issues. I struggled with these questions for days. And finally, I realized what we had to do. We had to fix our relationship. After all, this was the mother of my children, someone who wasn't going anywhere. This was still one of the most important relationships in my life, and we had to figure it out. So despite the fact that we didn't work as husband and wife, we needed to redefine our relationship and figure out how to be supportive co-parents. And like most divorcing couples with children, we certainly struggled through a difficult adjustment period. And things definitely weren't easy, but through patience and understanding and hard work and a little bit of luck, Teresa and I were able to develop a new co-parenting relationship that is mutually beneficial and rewarding to both of us and to our children. The second realization, I had been working as a psychologist and marriage therapist for over 10 years. And why do people see psychologists anyway? Why do couples go to marriage and relationship therapy? Well, I can tell you why they came to see me. I help people who were suffering from depression and anxiety and mood disorders and panic. And when I was working with couples, they came to marriage therapy when they had passed the point of no return, past the point of being able to resolve their relationship problems on their own. And despite everything we tried, some couples were just not going to be able to work it out. And certainly Teresa and I were one of those couples. And that's when I decided that I wanted to change my work to focus on helping people find and build great relationships. Because ultimately, when you have great relationships, your life can be great. And when you have great relationships, you can grow happy with the people you love. But why did I start a YouTube channel? Well, I can't think of a better way to reach people. There's no better way to connect with people and no better way to spread a message and help people to change their lives. So yeah, I make videos on YouTube that are focused on helping you do three things. Number one, to avoid getting into relationships that are unhealthy or toxic. And number two, to learn to identify unhealthy relationships so you can improve them or end them. And number three, to build mutually supportive and great relationships so your love life can be the best part of your life. Look, dating and relationships have always been hard. But in this day and age, dating can feel impossible. Every day I speak to both men and women who tell me the same things, that they just can't find a good partner, that they're frustrated with dating, and that finding the right person is never going to happen for them. I know, I get it, I feel it, and sometimes I struggle with the same things. But I also believe that nothing is more important than our relationships, and nothing can bring us more happiness than an amazing lifelong relationship with a partner. That's why I'm going to continue making videos focused on building great relationships. And I'm not giving up on finding lifelong love. I hope that you won't either. I'd love to hear from you. Are you happy with the topics that I cover on this channel, or would you like me to expand and talk more about self-love and happiness and meditation and personal growth? Let me know in the comment section and let's start a discussion. And if you're interested in building great relationships so you can grow happy with the people you love, make sure that you've subscribed and turned on that bell notification so you're not missing any of our new videos. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.